welcome to another episode. In this episode, I want to talk about first date number 47. I want to talk about double standards, and I want to talk about one of my favorite baseball caps like ever by a company called Notchgear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, I don't know. I guess now, my gosh, because time is just ridiculous. I would say about 3.5 years ago, I participated in a couple of gunnery events, and they were short ADOS missions, which are active duty operational support missions. So basically, reservists have the opportunity to go on different missions or tours that could be weeks or months or years. Anyway, I volunteered for 3 of them, and it was awesome and life-changing. And I ended up being a vehicle crew evaluator. I ended up being the NCO in charge of like a range tower. So it was so much fun because, in my previous career in the Army, I was an electrician and I was combat camera. So all the gunnery experience that I had, oh my God, I loved, and I'm so grateful for them. I was fucking like Brad Pitt and Fury. Anyway, obviously not, but I thought I was. But anyway, okay, so during one of these missions, I met number 47, and I was married. So I remember meeting him. I remember having conversations with him. He says he doesn't remember them, but I remember them. I have photos of him, not to be a creeper, but because, I was taking fucking photos because I was also on my camera. Anyway. So I went ahead and announced on Facebook, as you guys know, that I was divorced, right? So we ended up becoming Facebook friends like after the gunnery missions or during them, who knows, whatever. And, I would say something funny. I would share a meme, a video, whatever. And then he would comment. And then I noticed that he would comment more and more. And eventually we started chatting more and more, right? Like over the comments, like on the threads or like over direct message or whatever. And I was okay with it because, of course, I was divorced eventually, right? So I don't know exactly what happened per se, but one particular day I was taking a road trip with some of the recruiters in my office, and it was like a long road trip. Like we were fucking on the road for like fucking 6 hours, and we were like in a 15-pack vehicle, and it was actually a lot of fun. But since I was the only female and still the only female in the office, I was like a complete brat, and I ended up taking the whole back, right? I was like laying down. Everybody's like driving uncomfortable. I was like laying down in the back, chit-chatting with people, because of course I had like an external charger or whatever. So it's so much fun. So it's like listening to music, chit-chatting with people on social media, whatever. So number 47 and myself started chatting. He lives really, really, really fucking far from me. So even with a little bit of the time difference, we were still able to chat a lot. And we sent a couple of selfies, and oh my God, I have this whole thing that I will share in an episode upcoming about men and selfies. Like, why in the fuck are you guys so bad about it? You guys are awful at selfies. So we shared some selfies. We were chit-chatting. He was making me laugh, whatever. I decided to take a nap, right? And this is so cute to me and so fucking true. So one of the selfies that he sent to me, I looked at it and I was like, God, it's such a great expression on his face. Like, just so comforting and sweet. And I actually fell asleep. So I know it sounds cheesy, but he sent a selfie and literally I fell asleep and took a nap, basically looking at it. Anyway, so we had agreed to meet. He lives really fucking far, right? So we had agreed to do like a road trip. I'm like, I love road trips. You love road trips. I've never been to Yellowstone. Fuck it. Let's go to Yellowstone, right? So it may sound crazy, but we're like, fuck it. Why not, right? We're both single. Fuck it, right? So we ended up picking dates, and I booked a flight, and he put in a request for time off for work. I did too. We were like talking about the trip. It's going to be fucking awesome. We were planning for it. Oh my God, I can't wait. I've always wanted to go to this park. It's going to be fucking awesome. Anyway. So we're super excited. One day, randomly, he sent a message and he's like, hey, I'm going to be in a state locally, right? Like not too far from you, in Ohio, in a particular town doing some like Army training. How far is that from you exactly? And I'm like, holy shit, only 3.5 hours, right? Ike, my dog is fucking awesome in so many ways, but he's a great traveler, and we love to travel and hike and explore, whatever. So I'm like, you know what? 3.5 hours actually isn't too far out from like the norm that Ike and I normally do. So, like, fuck it. Like, let's go ahead and meet, like tell me which weekend specifically. I'll look at it. We'll fucking show up. I love Airbnb. Like, why not? Right. So sure enough, we planned this like little trip. I was like, I know you're doing army training. If we can have at least one meal, it's fucking worth it, because Ike and I will be there anyway having fun. So he's like, okay, cool. So sure enough, I show up on a Friday evening, right? It's kind of dark. I'm terrible with directions sometimes, even with my fucking GPS. So I'm like lost. He ends up getting to the Airbnb before me. Um, he ends up like meeting the owner of the Airbnb, gets like a whole tour of the property, whatever. It's super cute and sweet. So I get fucking lost, right? So we call each other. He like literally directs me in like he's fucking landing a plane, right? I'm because I'm like lost as fuck. Anyway, so we get there. It's dark. Ike is kind of like, who the fuck are you? Like it's the middle of the night. Get the fuck away from my Jeep, kind of thing. So after the initial of like, it's okay, Ike, whatever, they become like best friends, right? So it was really fucking cute. Anyway, so I unpack my shit. We get into this like cute cabin, Airbnb. Totally fucking love Airbnb. Anyway, I opened the door, and as I said, he got there before me, right? So I opened the door, and he has like two candles on, and I'm kind of confused at first. I'm like, are the candles from the Airbnb? Because some hosts are fucking awesome, right? And then there's like snacks, and there's like this brand new unopened bottle of whiskey, which looks fucking delicious, right? So sure enough, it's from him. Like he had the candles, he had the snacks, he had the whiskey. It was awesome. We had so much fun. We talked pretty much the whole fucking night. We drank pretty much the whole fucking bottle of whiskey, which was awesome. We had a couple cigars. It was a cute little cabin. So it's like on this like body of water. It was like, I guess it's like leading to a lake, and it was really fucking beautiful. Anyway, and so much fun. Like loved it. Anyway, so he ended up going to work, because of course he's like, was like on an army order, right? So he goes to work the next day. Ike and I sleep in. It's fucking awesome. It's like our vacation. We go on a hiking, like a little trip, like nearby. We get some food. It's awesome. And then, it was getting late. It's an army mission. I understand the army. I'm like, you know what? If number 47 doesn't make it, I totally get it because, I'm in the fucking army. Sure enough, I get a message from him, and he's like, I'm running a little late, but I'll be there in such and such time. I'll bring you food, whatever. It's like, awesome. I'm like, sure. I fucking love food, right? Anyway, so he shows up. Ike is a very relaxed guy, right? He's very like mellow, like low key. Anyway, so we're like outside, like, by the little, body of water. I'm like brushing him because, he's like a spoiled dog who I love. Anyway, we're like enjoying the evening, whatever. And then number 47 shows up. And I know number 47 shows up because like Ike runs to him, and he makes this like odd grunting sound because, Ike's like super quiet, right? So I look up, I'm like, oh my God, he's like running, and Ike never runs. It's like fucking awesome, right? So we end up hanging out that night. We have some dinner. We watched some stupid movie. I forgot what the movie was. It was some stupid movie I picked. We had a lot of fun, right? And then one thing that I will never forget because it was so fucking sweet is he was like packing up his stuff because I was like leaving the next day, right? Because this is a weekend. And he was just like, oh, he had brought over this like terrible fucking 6-pack of beer, by the way, but whatever. Anyway, so he was like, do you want the beer? And I'm like, fuck no, because it tastes like shit, but haha, whatever. We're laughing. Anyway, so he's getting like all his stuff together. And he's just like, well, hopefully we'll see you soon, because I had a lot of fun kind of thing, whatever. I'm like, yeah, me too. Yellowstone's coming up, whatever. Awesome, right? So we hug each other goodbye or whatever. And then he's like, okay, so, oh my God, I will never forget this. It's so fucking sweet. He was just like, I'm going to take one of the candles, put it in my room. You take one, put it in your room when you get home. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like my heart was like, oh my God, it's so fucking sweet. And I was like, okay. And not to be too fucking cheesy, I still have the fucking candle. Anyway, so the reason I bring up that story is he lives really fucking far. So I don't know if we will ever see each other again. I mean, we've spoken like over text and, social media, whatever. And the fact that I don't know if we will ever see each other again as a female, completely okay with me because there are double standards in life, right, that I cannot stand. And one of them specifically is the way that men are viewed by being cool and like awesome and, because they go on multiple dates with like multiple females and, it's totally okay. They're not judged. They're actually like applauded in a lot of circumstances. And the female who goes on a few dates is not celebrated. That female is usually judged and judged fucking hard. And I hate it. I don't think it's fair. And I think we are at a time in 2021 where we can come together and fucking change that standard. So I wanted to mention it because it's time. Like, it's fucking like, there's not a huge difference between men and women that are single and dating. And I just hate the double standard. So just wanted to mention it. The other thing I wanted to mention, of course, is like one of my all-time fucking favorite baseball caps and a company that I love. It's a company called Notchgear. I'm sure that you can find them incredibly easy on Instagram and on the internet. They're pretty popular now. I discovered them when I was deployed because, you know, you're deployed and you have like a lot of free time. So I was like going through, I don't know, who knows what the fuck forum I was going through, or like Amazon or YouTube or whatever. And I ordered one. It was like a tan color, right? So I could put like, it had Velcro on the front so that way I could put morale patches and shit on there. And I fell in love with it. It's really comfortable. It has cutouts on the side of the bill for your sunglasses, right? So that's where the name Notch comes from, because there's like little notches for your sunglasses. Because, you know, sometimes you're thinking you're like cool as shit. You have like these amazing fucking sunglasses. You put your baseball cap on, you put it low, and they conflict, right? Like it's not comfortable. So this company was like, fuck that. We're going to make it better. So they created notches in the bill so you can comfortably wear your sunglasses with the baseball cap low and look cool as shit and be comfortable. So if you have not heard or seen a Notch cap, I highly recommend you go on their website, specifically if you love baseball caps. They have like room on the front where you can put like Velcro, or they can just be like, you know, stitched with their logo or what have you. Anyway, I love Notchgear, and I have 2 of their caps and I've worn them both a lot. I think they're comfortable. They work with so many different kinds of sunglasses. Definitely give them a try. They love veterans, and, you know, I love veterans, and holy shit, it's a good baseball cap. All right, guys, so let's change this double standard. If you have any questions or comments, please continue to reach out to me on social media and all the directories and YouTube, because I like love hearing from you. And always remember that I am here for you. Okay. All right. That's it, guys.